Hello and welcome. How are you doing? Next I'd like to show you that how to replace this Toyota Corolla 2007 and 2013 year models front right side and passenger side drive shaft. And first we need to take this cover out and then open central nut and then take this wheel and tire away. Okay, and I continue. Okay, and next I take this cover out. Okay. And then there is this central nut what I need to open next. Okay, and then there is this central nut what I need to open. And there is idea that in that part in here there is small dent in here, and it's actually this nuts, this locking area, because here is this hole, and now I need to use special metallic spikes what are harder steel than this nut, and I need to hit in here and this take this dent, this small dent away in here. And why I need to take this dent away? Because this dent is like resistant that I can't open that nut, because this small dent just in here it makes this like locking pin. And now when I hit that I can plane this dent. Okay, next I take my metallic spike and then of course hammer, and I hammer that little bit. There is hammer. Okay, good, and now this dent is mostly away in here, and next I can open that special nut, and there is now really special nut, and Toyota they have changed this nut model in this 2007 models, and that's we need now a new socket. And this is quite standard 30mm socket in here, but there must be 12 those small corners in their inside. 12, not 6 like in normal socket. And those 12 corners fit in here, and this socket is quite easy to purchase. A little bit special auto.com storage and auto spare parts shops, because this is like new standard of socket, and price is something like 5 to 10 US dollars and euros per that socket. Okay, and then we need of course this long bar, very long bar, because this nut is one of the most tightest and fasten and hardest to open in car. That's I insert my tool in here, and then because I need more power, I have also in here this special extra long bar where is this hole, and I insert that hole in here, and when I use that pipe also I can get more power in that way. And then I start to open that nut. Okay. Carefully in there, and then in that step we need to be carefully that we don't destroy this bolt. And now I open. Okay, now it opens. Okay, this is easy when we have good tools. Okay, and now this bolt opens, and when this nut is free, then we continue. Okay, and then I am opening that right side central nut bolt. What is in there? And this nut runs smoothly, and soon this bolt is away. It is coming. Okay. There we have this nut, and there is also this locking pin area where we hammer with this dent, and in below of this area is that dent in here. Okay, and then next I open those wheel nuts, and then I take tire and wheel away, and then I can hammer this drive shaft away, and I continue. Okay, and then I take this wheel away. And next part is that I need to open those bolt joint 3 bolts. But before of that I hammer a little bit that drive shaft nut in here. And here on. For that I need some tool, and now I use this metallic pipe, and I hammer that couple of times. Okay, and now it's free, and it's then easier to open, and then I continue my work in here. Okay, and then I need to open these bolts. What are in here down, and we look those. There are those 3 bolts. 1, 2, and then this final 3 in there. And now this is first one, then second, and this is third. I need this 17mm socket, what fits in here, and then I open these bolts in that way. And these bolts are not very tight. If you have a little bit longer tool what you use. Okay, and then when I have taken those bolts away, we can continue. Okay, and then when I am removing that brake disc away from this lower arm, I need this kind of screwdriver, and then that kind of long steel metal bar. This is very hard steel, and for that bar I insert this bar in here, in that position, and then I bend a little bit down this arm, and then it is easier to remove this bolt joint, and now it's free. And as we can see in there, it's now free, and this is not nice, because then I can also take in same way away this drive shaft. That I use this screwdriver, and I little bit press that drive shaft, and then this drive shaft. I take also my bar away, and then I a little bit move that, and then this drive shaft is free. Okay, and now this drive shaft is free, and let's go to look closer. What is the result? Yes, and drive shaft is there free. Okay, and then I go to remove this drive shaft other part what is in there in the gearbox over in there, and this is my next target. Okay, next I show that how I hammer. There is my target, and then I insert this my spike, and then it takes this contact in their upper part in this drive shaft, and then I take my hammer and I hit in that area, not in here, and then this strikes in this direction, and in that way, and sometimes I need to hammer a lot, and result is then in there. Drive shaft is open. Okay, excellent. And then I continue when I take this drive shaft away. Yeah, and next part is to take out this drive shaft and right side, and now we are just under in gearbox, and there is oil basement in here, and there we can see this drive shaft and what kind of tools we need. We need, for example, that kind of metallic spike, what is really excellent, and then when we insert that spike, there is this metallic hole, and just in here, and then the upper part in here, and then I need to hammer a little bit that my spike in that area, that the spike moves in that way, and then when it hits in there, this part opens. And now I have already hammered that couple of times, and there is idea that the spike takes like movement in that direction, and when it is in here, and when it hits in that way, then this drive shaft opens. And of course here is my hammer, what I use when I hammer that my spike. The spike is normally in here, and other area in here, and then I do my hammering. I will show next. Okay, and now drive shaft is free in this engine side. And then I can come in here, and carefully I can take this drive shaft away. And there we have this drive shaft, and here is this right side drive shaft. Okay, then I continue. Okay, and then it's time to install this drive shaft in this right side, and this is like front passenger side, and there is idea that I need to connect this drive shaft in that hole, and in there, in deeper, we can see this target, and I take better view. Okay, and then when I move that, we can see in their deeper area there is this target where we are planning to, in there is hole where I can next I'm focusing this drive shaft, and it's go through in there, and then I continue. Okay, and here is my drive shaft, and first step is to clean this area what goes to this this gear inside in this gearbox, because all of these parts, they can destroy this gearbox bearings and wheels, and that's we need clean cotton cloth, and then we check all areas that there is no any sand or any particles or anything dust, because this is so critical part. Okay, now I think that it's clean, and then I start to insert that in this hole, and I a little bit first move that part, and then this driveshaft goes forward. Okay, and it is in there, and then I move it more forward in there. Okay, and then when it is in that position, we need to go in this below of this area in here, that we can insert this part to gearbox. Okay, and then we are in here below of this engine area, and there is this then our target, and this part is gearbox, and there is this hole, and hole is actually in there, that I need to little bit back that my part, and I continue soon. Okay, and now there is this drive shaft, and target area is that hole in here, and next I take that in my hand in here, and I insert that this one in here, and then there is critical thing that I need to take in here, grip and move that so much that this gap what is in here is away. And sometimes this takes time, and it's sometimes better to go take in there a little bit other place, and I will show that next. Okay, and in that position in here I can hit that better, and when this goes a little bit deeper in there, locking system is okay, and it's good to rotate. Okay, now I think that it went a little bit more, and we go to check that situation in below of this area next. Okay, and now we are down in this area, and then when we check, there is no any gap in there, and drive shaft is okay. Okay, and this is important balancing wheel in this drive shaft. Okay, and then I continue. And then next task is to insert this drive shaft head in that hole in here. And before of that, I need to clean these parts, that there is no any sand because or any dust is, and then carefully, and that hole too. Okay, now I think that it's clean, and then I can take my grip in here and move that part in here, and this went nicely. Okay, now it comes in here. Okay, and then I can insert in here this locking nut next. Okay, and then I have in here the special Toyota's locking nut for this new model in this 2007 and newer cars, and that's a little bit fasten that, and then when this is in that position, it's like semi-fasten. Then I need to insert this bolt joint, put this in here down, and now I am torquing that part, this part in here, and let's move that closer. Okay, And next I need to insert that bolt joint in here to these holes in here, 3 holes. And these 2 bolts in here, they goes in this first holes in here, and then the one goes in here a little bit longer area. And here is 2 nuts, and here is 1 bolt. And next I need some special tool that I can bend that control arm down. And we continue. Okay, and next I need that kind of long steel bar, what is quite thick, 1 inch, and very durable, and its name is actually crowbar. You can purchase this in like Home Depot or Costco. And then I insert that tool not in this. This is very sensitive, the steering component. Do not bend this anything. But in there, when I insert in that position, in there, and then I a little bit, then this control arm goes down. And this is my target. And when it goes down, I can insert this my bolt joint in here, in that area. And next we will look that closer. And here is this bolt joint, and then I insert that in here, and then when I bend that little bit, there is this my crowbar in down. This control arm becomes in here more down, and I actually change this position, and now it goes down, and then I can insert this my bolt joint. I can rotate that, and then first bolt in this, in there, and a little bit movement, and it is almost in there. And movement. Okay, it's quite near. Position, and when this is in there, I continue. Okay, and now this first bolt is in there, and then I will do the next in that one. I little bit bend that control arm that I can insert this bolt in that hole, and when this is finished, I continue. Okay, and now all of these bolts are there, and then these places are in here, and that one in here, and then I need this special nuts. First one in here, and then the only one becomes in here, but it is so that I need to press that metallic part a little bit down in that way that I insert my thumb, and then this goes nicely, and then the final one in here. And then I fasten these bolts, and I set up Togue French moment Togue 120 Newton meters, what is about 90 lbf, this force. Okay, and then I continue. Okay, and then I have this 17mm socket, what fits in here. And then I fasten this all bolts, and then when this fastening is okay, then I take my Togue French tool, and I do that final Togue French moment tightening, and we continue. Okay, and then I need this Togue French tool, and there I set up force what amount was this 90 lbf foot, and I rotate that my torque reference in that way, and then this scale moves. And this is, by the way, excellent tool because it's made in England. This is so durable. This is okay, and then I set up in here 90 lbf, and this torque reference is really critical step, because if we don't fasten these bolts enough tight, then we might have bad accident. And Newton meters is 120. Okay, it's in there. And then I go to insert the tool, and there is this my nut, and then I fasten, and when we hear this click, the torque was okay. Okay, click was there, and then next bolt, and we hear click, good, and then the final one. Okay, and it is there. Okay, good. And then recheck. Recheck is mandatory, because professional can also do mistake. Recheck. Okay, and now moments are okay, and we can continue. Okay, and next part is to insert this wheel and tire back. And I lift it up. And there is this wheel. And then clutch back in there and force. And when I have inserted that wheel, we continue, and I need to fasten this central bolt next. Okay, and then it's good to tighten that bolt, and then this one in here, and then that and that and that, and this socket size is 21 in this Toyota Corolla. I use first my hands, and then that one, and wheel is now in air. It is not in yet ground. This is like pre-tightening and pre-fastening. Okay, and then I use my hand, because this must be in stable, no any tolerance or gap. And then it is fine. And the next step is to lift down and move, because now this wheel is in air. And the final step is to tighten the central nut. Okay, and I continue. Okay, and then next step is to insert this wheel and tire in here. I lift it up. Okay. Now it's in there, and then nuts clean, and check that there is no any sand inside in this bolts. This must be clean, because if there is sand, then we have issues. And then it's good to take this 21mm socket, put which in here and fasten in here, and all time move in hand this wheel. And first this bolt fasten, and then in the other side, and all time little bit movement, because this wheel must be in very solid and accurately against this brake disc. And then in here, next opposite side, and then in here, and this is like pre-tightening, not the final. And then in here, and then I check in my hand, that is this okay, and then again this pre-tightening, and in here. Okay, now this is fine, and next step is to fasten and tighten this central bolt. And before of that I need to lift down this car, because now this wheel is in air, and I continue. Okay, and then it's time to fasten this central nut, and for that we need 30 mm socket where is 12 corners. This is special socket, but this we can purchase this in autostore.com shops and online. And then I fasten this bolt first. And then when I have fastened that enough, then I need to do this final torque reference fastening and tightening. Okay, and now this bolt is in tight, and then I need to do this final torque reference do, and this moment is 200 Newton meters, and there is the scale end 200 and 150 lbf. And let's rotate. I rotate this amount. And then we listen that, okay, now there is 200 Newton meters. Then I insert the socket and let's fasten. And then we hear this click. Okay, and it was in there. Okay, good. And then I fasten also this wheel nuts, and it is 100 Newton meters. Yeah, now I fasten this nuts also, and then one important thing what I need to do next is that I need to hammer in here this nut locking dent, and I will do that next. Okay, and next I need to do this small dent using that kind of pike, and this is like locking dent in here. I insert my tool in here and then hammer, and I hammer that little bit, and then I finish that using that little bit different kind of pike. And actually this first one was better. Okay, now there is small dent, but is also like locking pin. This is this locking idea. Okay, good. And now this work is almost done, and final step is to insert this cover. And then when this cover is okay, this work is done. Okay, and thank you for watching, and have a nice day to you.